See, since we didn't get a chance to answer this question in class, I want to take a moment to go over this, and that way if you have any questions, you can always send it to me. Now, in this case, we are given the GPAs of random samples of 50 male and 50 female students at a large university. We are asked to write a few sentences comparing the distributions of GPAs of male and female students at this university. Now, what I always recommend is we're going to go with SOX here. S to represent spread. O to represent outliers or possible gaps. C to represent center. And our other S to represent shape. Now, the key here is it asks us to compare. So we're not just going to state this looks like this looks like that. We want to use comparison words like greater, less than, whatnot. So I'm going to start out with the spread. Now, if I look here for the males, it looks like I have a spread of about a range of 0.5. Whoops. Why is this happening? All right, here we go. Oh, I can't write on this. That's all right. I get 0.5 to 3.5 for the males. And then for the females, I get 1 to 4. So as far as my spread goes, it looks like the spread is the same, or the range. So I'm going to cite that the range is the same for both. But I'm going to cite that the females have a greater maximum and minimum. Have a greater minimum and max. Now, this is great practice for the AP exam because these are the things they're looking for. When they're asking you to compare distributions, it's not just saying what they are. What you want to do is you want to use comparison words. So you'll notice that I said the same, but then I mentioned the females have a greater minimum and maximum. That's important to know. Now, any outliers or possible gaps? I do not see any. So I don't see any potential outliers or gaps. So I'm going to take note of that too. That's important. Oops. Now, as far as the center goes, I can approximate my center here. There are a couple ways I can go with this. Now, I know it's 50 and 50, but they don't give me the exact numbers for each of GPA. Like, I don't know how many have between 0.5 and 1. I might be able to speculate a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the distribution here. And this distribution looks somewhat normal-ish. So I can speculate that my median's probably going to be right around here. So I'd say maybe about 2.5-ish. So I'd say for the males, my median's going to be about 2.5. Believe it or not, with a normalish distribution, your median and mean are going to be fairly close to the same here. Now, for the females, right? I look at my distribution. This is not what I would call a normalish distribution. As a matter of fact, I think I have a pretty strong skew. Now remember, since this is upside down, since we have these box plots that we're comparing, this would end up being a left skewed box plot. Because if I flipped it over, it would end up looking something like this. If that's the case, now remember, the median's about your balancing point, or where you can find that halfway point. Where can I cut the area in half of this distribution? So I'm going to look, and I'd say maybe right around here-ish. So I could say the median for the females is about 3.0. And I'm going to, notice I'm not going to put equal, I'm going to put about equal for males. And then the median for the females is pretty close to 3-ish. So I will say females have a greater median. Here's some teachers in the background there. And now as for the shape, I'm going to cite that the male distribution is somewhat normal. Or I could say approximately normal. I'm going to go with that instead. That's a better adjective here. Approximately normal. And for the females, we have a left skewed distribution. So that's basically what you want to be establishing here. Now, I can maybe go a little further with this if I want. I can try and approximate the means. But for right now, I think this is probably your best bet. Because when you're going to see distributions like this on the AP exam, these are the big things that we're going to be looking for. Spread, outliers, slash gaps, center, and shape. So I wanted to walk you through this question since we didn't have a chance to go through it in class. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Take care.